Los originales Community Health Worker Radio.
Hello, everyone. How are you? I am so happy because today is going to be a bilingual program. I'm going to translate. We are so happy that we have one special guest today. That is Alexander from Panagotacos. I hope Alexander, that I mentioned your name good. Welcome, Alex. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, no, thank you for being here. Alexander Alex is a very good friend of us. She represents, and she is the Director of Communication and Engagement at the Washington nonprofit organization that is like a umbrella organization of all nonprofit organizations in the state. And thank you for all this work that you do for all of us, Alexander. Buenos días a todos. Vamos a tener hoy vamos a tener un día bien especial porque tenemos a Alexandra, ella es del Washington No Profit y es la organización que nos dice a todas las no profit cuáles son las cosas que debemos de tener para no meternos en problemas, y ellas tienen muchas cosas para darle a la comunidad. Así que Alex, please, this is your house, telling us more about you. This is the second time that you are with us.
Yes, thank you. Gracias.
De nada. Alexander, Alex, I don't know why is the Alex, tell me one thing. I know that you are going to have this year your annual conference, and I always looking from that. Tell me more about that.
Yes, our annual conference is in May 18 through 20. This is an opportunity to hear some amazing workshops on a variety of topics: fundraising, human relations, self-care, everything you need as a nonprofit person to succeed.
Entonces tenemos la conferencia que va a ser en mayo 21 y es una buena oportunidad para todas las organizaciones. Aquí está el día, va a ser entre el 18 y el 20 de mayo de este año. Van a tener bastantes programas, entre esos este año se va a llamar Descubriendo una nueva forma. La conferencia está organizada por sus servidores del Washington No Profit y está en la conferencia número 28. Es la tercera conferencia virtual. ¡Wow! Entonces, para mi gente linda, we have a people here, and I want to read the chat because many of them they writing, and I'm going to invite to everyone that is joining us to make question because Alex is here. But Alex, wow, 28 years doing conference. This is amazing. Can you telling us more about that?
Yes, and si necesita en español, es available.
Yeah. Okay, como tú quieras y gracias. Then, if the people speak only Spanish, they can go to the conference and there will be another language that they will be translated during the conference.
Yes. Sí, you just need to ask during registration.
Espectacular, mi amigos, para todos los que están oyendo, ya escucharon a Alex. Si ustedes no pueden ir porque creen que la conferencia va a estar en inglés, no, ahora hay traductores y cuando ustedes se inscriban, solo ponen que van a necesitar un traductor en español. Fantástico, Alexandra. Tell me one thing, Alex. The virtual, you have 3 years.
Yes.
How have been the virtual comparing with the face-to-face?
I think it's actually it's better in many ways because one, for people with disabilities, you have access to all. You can get to any session. Also, getting interpreters for ASL, American Sign Language, and Spanish is so much easier with a virtual platform.
Bueno, le preguntamos a Alexandra que nos dijera que cuál era mejor, si era la de persona y que cuál era la experiencia, porque ellos ya tienen 3 años haciendo esta conferencia virtual y dijeron que muchas veces es mejor virtual y qué bonito porque es inclusive, porque las personas que tienen problemas de movilización, ellos pueden estar ahí y acceder a toda la información. Las personas que hablan español también pueden estar ahí y se le está traduciendo, ¿verdad? Y eso es una gran ayuda. Alex es fantastic, to know and that you open the opportunity to everybody, for people that cannot mobilize, for people that speak another languages and get, all this knowledge. I always looking for that because we learn a lot during that conference. As a no-profit, we have a lot of challenging with the board or director selecting a very good board. And sometimes we have a great board, but we don't know how they can supporting us, And then when we say something, maybe, I don't know, it's very, Alex, do you believe most of the people that have no profit, the board is one of the issues that impacting us more?
Absolutely. I hear that across the state, people saying we need support for our board members. We need more help learning how to recruit, how to educate our board on responsibilities, and to retain our board members. There are sessions at conference on board governance, and we have often we have a training that we provide called Boards and Gear. And we often provide that in Spanish as well. We don't have one on the schedule in Spanish right now, but we always have it available also recorded.
Fantástico. Entonces, quiero traducir lo que dijo Alex. Entonces, sí, todas las non-profit, uno de los problemas que tenemos más es con nuestro board, porque a veces tenemos un buen board, pero no sabemos cómo va a funcionar o qué pedirles o qué no pedirle. Y que ellos tienen entrenamiento para los roles del board y cómo hacer que un board sea más activo. Ellos también lo tienen en español. Tal vez ahorita no lo tienen en español, pero hay que estar atentos. And Alex, how many people I wanted to ask a question that people ask me, okay? People that doesn't have the non-profit 501c3 status, but they wanted to have it, but they have a fiscal sponsor now. Is something good for them to contact the nonprofit? I know you have a lot of resources for them, and this is why I asking that question. Entonces le estoy haciendo la pregunta a Alexandra de que hay muchas personas que ya tienen su organización, pero no son una 501c3, ¿verdad? Pero quieren ustedes ser, pero tienen fiscales sponsor, que los dan el sponsor a ustedes. Entonces, ¿cómo ustedes se pueden beneficiar del Washington No-Profit? Thank you, Alexa. Excuse me, I was trying to explain.
Yes. No, muy bien. Yes. Community groups that do not have 501c3 status are just as valuable. Some of them are working towards becoming a legal nonprofit, but some are not looking to do that, and that's okay. Some groups can do their work better if they don't have that status. And it's a great question because there is a misconception that Washington nonprofit serves legally 501c3 organizations, and that's not true. We serve everyone, and our resources really are helpful to organizations who are legal nonprofits and those who are not. I'll pause so you can translate that.
Yes, gracias, Alex. Entonces, Alex nos explicó primero que su organización es para todos. O sea, muchas veces piensa que porque es Washington No Profit es solo para las organizaciones que no son profit, pero hay otras organizaciones que necesitan de un fiscal. Claro que ellas también van a llegar a requerir y algunas de ellas se van a independizar y van a ser una no profit, pero otras organizaciones se van a mantener, ¿verdad? Como con un sponsor. Entonces, todos los recursos que tiene el Washington No Profit es para todas las organizaciones, ya sean 501c3 y si ellas se quieren hacer 501c3. Y van a encontrar muchas informaciones, pero súper importantes, ya a cómo les pueden ayudar a ustedes en su proceso para obtener ese 501c3. Thank you, Alex. And Alex, what are the other activities that you are going to bring? Because your website is amazing. You know, there are a lot of resources for everyone, you know, for the board, for the financial people, about how it's amazing. Can you tell me more about that?
Yeah, all of our resources really are helpful to 501c3s and those who are not. Executive director, board member, volunteer, staff member, and our membership benefits all those people. So when an organization becomes a member, all the benefits are available to all those people: executive director, board member, staff, volunteer. So we have a lot of learning offerings, live trainings, resources in a database. We also have networking events, and benefits of being a member include getting discounts on some pretty amazing things like Office Depot, Grant Station, which is this database of grant opportunities. So normally that would be almost $700, and for members, I think it's $95. So lots of discounts too. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. I learned that. I know that we get the scam, but I didn't know so much.
Yeah.
Okay, I wanted to translate that because it's important. Entonces, el Washington No Profit, ¿verdad? Esta organización tiene muchos recursos, ¿verdad? Y a través de la membresía, todo mundo se puede beneficiar, los directores ejecutivos, los del board, las personas que trabajan en organizaciones sin fines de lucro, y lo más importante es que hay descuentos de Home Depot por estar en la membresía, y hay descuentos hasta por otro software, como se llama, para procesar los grants, que si ustedes los compran independiente vale $900, y con Washington No Profit solo $90. Wow, I never heard like that. That is great. And tell me, how much is the membership? How much is is it expensive for people? Because, you know, there are organizations that they have a money, but the other organization, especially the one that need a sponsor, they don't have. Do you have a special for them, or is everybody pay the same?
Do you want to say it in español also? The
Sí.
question?
Sí. Entonces, la pregunta es que cuánto es las personas, ¿verdad? Cuando quieren registrarse, puede ser como personal o como por la organización, pero hay personas que tal vez solo ellas son su único compañía, ¿verdad? Entonces, no es diferente a las que ya tienen varios. ¿El costo es general para todo el mundo ser miembro?
Yeah, so membership, go ahead, sorry.
No, sí, membership.
Okay. Membership dues are based on your last year's operating budget. So it's a sliding scale. So it's an equity scale as opposed to everyone being charged the same. If you're under, I think it's $50,000 budget, it's only $50 for the year. And it pays for itself immediately. If you go to conference, you're going to get 20% off, at least, off of your ticket for entry. If you signed up for Grant Station to get those grant opportunity alerts, it's paid for itself. But also, the membership dues are supporting continuing to create learning offerings, paying for interpreters and translators. So it pays in that it supports the community as well. But it starts out as only $50 a year. And that's for everyone, right? Executive director, board members, staff, volunteers.
Wow. Entonces, los costos son muy módicos y dependen de la organización, pero si la organización es de menos de $50,000 al año, solo van a pagar 50 y eso va a ser para el miembro del board, para el director ejecutivo o cualquier empleado. Así que es bien módica. Alex, we have a lot of guests and I wanted to...
Yes.
We all acknowledge them. Tenemos Melissa Lázaro say, welcome Alex, many workshops in this virtual conference. Es lo mejor. It is the best. También tenemos Ernesto nos está diciendo, welcome Alexander. Thank you for all the information you are providing. Gracias por toda la información que nos estás proveyendo. Jacqueline Ponce, she say, buenas tardes doctora, le quiero dar la bienvenida a su invitada. She say, good evening, doctor, and I wanted to say hello and welcome to your guest. Celina Verduzco, gracias Celina. Hello, thank you Alexander for important information to our community. Ella es una de nuestras campeonas, así que gracias por estar aquí con nosotros Celina. Y tenemos María Checarunta. María es una de nuestras personas que trabajan con nosotros, pero bien junto con la comunidad. María say thank you for those resources for the community, the workshop that you are very dedicated and they are very educative. Super recommended. Super recommended. Like, we really recommend you to take this. Like, very super. Then we have Isabel Gaspar. Y esa, hola, muy buenas tardes. Hola Isabel, thank you Isabel for joining us. And please make any comment and that you wanted to transmit to Alex and Blanca. Tenemos Blanca Mendoza and she say good evening. Entonces, Alex, vamos a irnos a un corte comercial y después volvemos contigo.
Hoy les voy a dar unos consejos para protegerte del coronavirus en este regreso a clases. La mascarilla la vas a necesitar para que no permitir que el coronavirus entre a tu cuerpo.
The coronavirus is a little germ that killed many people in countries.
Hola, mi nombre es Manuel. Yo estoy vacunado, entonces yo puedo ir a la escuela para ver a todos mis amigos.
Recuerden amigos, tu salud depende de ti.
Those beautiful commercials are produced for the children of our community health worker, and then we are very proud to show them in our media. And Alex, what's one of the more important thing is the support you giving to all nonprofit, and talking about VA members, that is comparing with all the benefits you do for us is almost nothing. I wanted to say, because I remember when we have the census, you also provide with information in our language to all the organizations that were working with you. And this is great. And I believe you have done the same thing, with the COVID-19. And it's not only that you provide education to the non-organization, but also you support organization to make the job. Can you tell me more about that, Alex?
Yes, we try to. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I have new earphones and I'm still getting used to them. Yes, we try and provide up-to-date, just-in-time information on things that are happening to nonprofit people and community groups. So, like you said, census, COVID-19, the American Rescue Plan Act, the Washington Corporation Act, anything that's happening to nonprofits, we try to take that information, distill it down, and then give you all just the information that you need in an easy to understand way, because we know you are very busy and you don't have time to read a stack of political papers or something like that. So we try and provide that to all of you. So the Washington Corporation Act is something new that's impacting nonprofits, and we're providing a lot of resources on that topic, for instance.
Wonderful. Entonces, sí, ellos proveen mucha información, ¿verdad? Al día y tratan de poner esa información de una manera sencilla que nosotros las podamos diseminar y entender, así como lo han hecho con el censo, así como lo han hecho con la organización, los actos, ¿verdad? Para las organizaciones en Washington y también así como con el COVID-19. Entonces, sí, ellos proveen muchos servicios directos e indirectos. And in addition to that, Alex, what are the workshops that you have right now in Spanish that all these beautiful people that is listening here and they are with us, they can listen?
Yeah, right now I'm not quite finished, but about to post on our calendar an event that will be happening in June. The Latino Leadership Northwest, which used to be called the Clark County Latino Youth Conference, is going to present about a program that they did called Orugas y Mariposas. And so it's going to be, and it's going to be in Spanish, and talk about that program and how they developed it to provide resources to their community around wellness and leadership development. One of the topics, for instance, was generational trauma and how to deal with that. And they're going to talk about not just how they taught other people that, but how they apply that inward to their own work. So how do you, as a nonprofit person, take care of yourself and deal with the generational trauma that you've experienced too? That will be in June.
Wow, entonces sí tienen muchos programas en español y este está fenomenal, se los recomiendo. Hay un programa, ¿verdad?, que va a hablar de los traumas que hemos experimentado y que van a hablarlo en las palabras de uno, cómo nosotros podemos cuidarnos a través del autocuidado, ¿verdad? Esto antes era un programa que se daba local, pero ahora va a ser por los latinos de todo el noreste de los Estados Unidos, así que noroeste de los Estados Unidos. Así que me parece fenomenal y los invito, y es en June. Can you remind me the day exactly? Do you have the day?
I don't have a day yet, but be sure that you get our emails, that you follow us on social media, and check out washingtonnonprofits.org.
Exactly. And vamos a poner el link para del Washington No Profit, ¿verdad? Lo vamos a poner en la línea para los que lo escriban y que lo continúen. Muy importante dar este programa del autocuidado para todos nosotros que hemos tenido trauma, y digo nosotros porque yo me meto entre eso, y cómo nosotros vamos a responder, ¿verdad? A esas situaciones traumáticas que antes de venir aquí las hemos vivido o que si hemos estado aquí las hemos padecido. Así que ahí tenemos la website washingtonnoprofitinstitute.org. Estén atentos para todos los programas en español. Then, Alex, we are going to read more of the people that have joined us, and maybe we have some questions, and let's see. Claudia, hello. Thank you for thinking about the Latin people in Spanish and sharing important information. Gracias, ¿viste? Gracias, Claudita. Un beso. She is also one of our best community health workers. Un beso para ti. Melissa dice, thank you for sharing true information to our community. We became the bridge to reach the entire state on Washington. Así es, mucha plaza y gracias. Y seguimos con la entrevista, ¿verdad? I like your program in Spanish because they are open barriers, you know, you are integrating a big community in the state, you know, and it's a community, most of the people that live in here, we left our country, is a lot of people first generation, you know, maybe second, third generation, but we still live in the trauma to be separated from our place. Many of us coming here displaced, you know, from war for our life, you know, in danger because the violence and the political situation in our country. And when we come in here, we have a shock, no? And then we try to survive each other with all the barriers, you know. It's like we bring our baggage, you know, with all this problem, and then we find another baggage, and then it's like too much. And sometimes we don't do nothing, no? And then it's so great that Washington No Profit is focused on that. Tell me how you decide this year about, I love the title, you know, the title of the butterfly with the larves. It's beautiful. How you focus on that? Do you see that was a problem that affecting most nonprofit from minority population here in the state?
Yes, I mean, I think, all nonprofit people need to take care of themselves, and the last few years have been especially stressful, but that's even more so the case for communities of color, for marginalized communities, for folks who have immigrated here from other places, and especially folks who are, sometimes the target of racism and being othered. And so all of that, like you said, is like another backpack. And you still have to feed yourself and your family. And then on top of that, you've got all of this weighing on you. And we see that. So yes, we want to teach you how to balance your books and govern your board, but also how to live and heal your heart, because you can't do any of that if your heart is broken. And it's just as important. So that's why we wanted to offer that.
Alex, thank you. Voy a traducir lo que dijo Alex. No soy traductora profesional, pero traduzco todo el mensaje. Alex, I will explain that I am not a literal translator because I am not professional, but I
You're doing
transmit the
great.
message. Thank you. Entonces, le pregunté a Alex, ¿verdad? Porque nosotros, qué bonito que se están ellos enfocando a los traumas y que se va a hablar eso en la conferencia y que tienen un taller en junio acerca del trauma, y este taller es bonito porque están hablando de cómo, ¿verdad?, las mariposas salen de un cascarón para hacer una cosa muy hermosa, ¿verdad? Entonces, me imagino que eso atribuye a que muchos estamos en cascarones, pero vamos a ser bien bellos. Y ella dijo que ellos se han enfocado en eso porque, como lo dije en la entrevista, ya venimos con un paquete con nuestros problemas, abandonar nuestro país, dejar todo, despegarse, venir a veces aquí sin nada, y después venimos aquí y hay otros problemas. Entonces son dos paquetes, dos cargas que tenemos. Entonces ellos lo han visto y entonces ellos dicen que para que nosotros podamos cuidar a la comunidad nos tenemos que cuidar nosotros primero, ¿ya? Y eso es muy cierto, ¿ya? Antes de cuidar a la población nos tenemos que cuidar primero. Y entonces por eso estamos hablando de eso, porque nos tenemos que autocuidar, si no nos cuidamos para poderlos cuidar a ustedes. Thank you, Alex, because you are thinking about all of this. I love your organization. Say hello, Laura. I know that is a beautiful thing. Also, I wanted to ask a question. Now you has been expanding, no? Now you have a community health working in your organization?
Yes, similar. It was based a lot on your work. I look to the way that all of you do amazing work in your communities when we developed the Equity Ambassador Program.
Yes.
And so we're going into our second cohort, our second group. And so I also invite you all, if you are interested in taking part in it, please email me. It's alex@washingtonnonprofits.org. And you can email me in Spanish too, if that's easier. But these folks are from all over the state, different lived experiences, spoken languages, and they bring to us feedback on how our programming is going. And also they take information and send it out into the community. So, same
Exactly.
idea,
I
but
love
with
it.
our services.
And Alex, I am so happy because this is what the Community Health Worker Coalition for Migrant and Refugee is done. We are innovating in many ways, and we wanted people to follow us. And when count on us for any program that you see that our model have been successful, and I wanted other organizations that try. And I am applause a lot. The fact that you try, and how beautiful it is, and now you have all these ambassadors around the state, Entonces, gracias, porque le pregunté si ella tenía Community Health Worker y me dijo que sí, que ya estaban trabajando en un cohorte con embajadores de la comunidad. ellos les consulta, ellos como organización les consulta y les dice cómo están los programas, qué se necesitan, y ahí se van a orientar y se van a hacer esos programas. Y entonces cogieron ese modelo del Community Health Work y le digo que gracias, que cuenten con nosotros. Y Alex también los está invitando a los que están oyendo a participar. Mándenle a Alex a su correo electrónico. No sé si lo tenemos por ahí, al correo electrónico de Alex, si quieren ser ustedes parte de ese cohorte que es para apoyar al Washington No Profit. Entonces vamos a poner ahí tu correo en un momento, Alex, para que las personas que te quieran contactar, we are going to put you email. In this way, the people that want to contact you for the cohort, the second one, they can, aquí está, ¿ve? Alex at washingtonnoprofit.org. Así que todos esos community health workers que nos escuchan pueden llamar, and there will be translator, ¿no? There will be people talking the language.
Yes.
Ok, entonces va a haber ahí, así que muchas gracias, Alex. What is the benefit to be in this cohort?
You get an opportunity to have your voice and your community's voice heard. It's an opportunity to make sure that the programs and resources we develop moving forward are relevant and useful to your community. And it's paid. I wanted to make sure that these folks were not asked to do labor and emotional labor for free. They are paid. Yes.
This is my role. I am so
yes.
happy.
Yes.
We are example.
And it's a cohort too. So it's you build this community too, which I think is a beautiful thing.
Exactly. Eso es lo lindo, ese es el modelo, no tomar los community health workers por free. Entonces, ustedes van a trabajar con ellos como un cohorte, bastantes personas que son líderes como ustedes en la comunidad, y lo bueno es que ellos pagan. Así que, por favor, contacten a Alex si quieren pertenecer a ese grupo. Ellos no van a pedir nada gratis, ellos les van a compensar por su tiempo. Thank you, Alex. This is wonderful. We are going to continue with you, but before we are going to have another beautiful commercial.
Comadre, ¿cómo está? Vengo a avisarle que mañana van a fumigar el cultivo de Don Pepe, el que está cerca de nuestras casas.
Gracias por avisarme, Rosita. Tengo todos los juguetes de los niños en el patio porque pasan tiempo afuera jugando, pero ahora mismo los voy a meter a la casa.
Sí, comadre, es importante que los juguetes estén guardados en un lugar cubierto para evitar que se expongan a los pesticidas. Los pesticidas, incluso en pequeñas cantidades, pueden hacer que nuestros hijos se enfermen o se acumulen en sus cuerpos con el tiempo, poniendo así en riesgo su salud hasta la edad adulta.
Claro, por eso debemos de proteger la salud y seguridad de nuestros hijos y de toda la familia. Así evitaremos intoxicaciones por pesticidas.
Este mensaje es patrocinado por Community Health Worker Coalition for Migrants and Refugees y el Departamento de Ecología del Estado de Washington.
Hola, Alex. Well, you can. All these commercial are educative commercial making from producing a script by community health worker. You see the power that they have. They are also artists.
Yes.
It's a beautiful model, and I am so happy you are doing that, and invite everybody to do it because that's the right thing to do. Support the community, giving the money to the community, and please don't expect them to be free labor, because then we are part of the problem, and we have to teach everybody. And also it's beautiful when you receive economic compensation because you feel validated. Sometimes not the money, but the act that you pay for the services is great. We pay to everybody. Everybody wanted to have a good payment, then do it.
Yes.
Todo el mundo quiere tener un buen salario, y qué lindo que el Washington No Profit también le está pagando a las community health workers por su conocimiento, donde las palabras de ellas van a ser escuchadas y ellas se están reuniendo, y qué bonito que todo el mundo use ese modelo. Los anuncios están en español y nosotros también compensamos a los community health workers que son también artistas. Así que muchas gracias y sigan con el modelo de community health worker. Alex, we prepare a blog, no? In this blog, we have been talking a lot about the conference in Washington No Profit and another topic. Can you telling us more about what is the principal topic that will be? Do you have already the agenda when people can have the agenda, or you are working in the agenda?
For conference?
Uh-huh.
Yes, the agenda is ready. You can see it now. It's live. There are all of these amazing workshops to choose from around equity and accessibility, how to make your website and your messaging accessible to folks with disabilities, how to have tough conversations in the human resources world. There are opportunities to connect with other folks if you are an emerging leader and you want to learn more about how to network, and communication, grant writing, tons of great stuff.
Wow, entonces miren todos esos tópicos que van a dar para todas las non-profit. Miren, van a si son nuevos en el área, cómo conectarse, cómo aprender con otros directores, ¿verdad? Si quieren ser líderes y dónde pueden encontrar grant, que son subvenciones para encontrar dinero para tu organización. Wow, Alex, is everything that anyone can think in. Es a lot of information, and we are so happy that you're doing this for 28 years. I believe the 30 year will be in big, no?
Yeah. And we are about to, you'll see at conference, we're going to unveil a new name, a new logo. Yes. I know, very exciting. Yes.
Entonces, miren qué linda sorpresa. Nos dijo que ya van a tener un nuevo logo y un nuevo nombre. ¡Wow! ¡Qué bueno!
And a better
Alex!
website. A better website.
Y una mejor website.
It will be easier to find everything, especially things in Spanish. I promise. Much easier.
Oh, wonderful. They are going to have a new web page with a special thing for the Spanish people. Thank you for thinking about that. Thank you for doing those efforts and for all this wonderful, wonderful work that you do and put together all this workshop for us to learn. Le dije que gracias por todo ese trabajo, por poner todo estos workshop. Y regarding finanzas, you know, this is another big topic for non-profit. Many people had problem looking for bookkeeper all the time, or maybe we have a bookkeeper, but they don't understand my non-profit is understood a lot for the bookkeepers, you know, because people sometimes doesn't understand the community they work, and they expecting, you know, like sending invoicing in English. And do you have some training in that aspect for people?
Yes. We have a training called Finance Unlocked, or FUN. And that really is a core training for people who are dealing with nonprofit finances. So I would highly recommend that. We occasionally have those in Spanish as well. I think we might have a recording in Spanish. And you can find that in the Institute, the WA Nonprofit Institute. Also, our Slack community. Slack is a messaging platform. There's a channel or a chat room in Spanish, in Espanol, and that's a great place also to post questions. You know, I'm looking for a bookkeeper who speaks Spanish. Does anyone recommend someone? And then people can comment. So Finance Unlocked and Slack.
Entonces, you know, Alex, Maria, you are listening this and you have to take those courses. Es Financia for Fun o Financia por Alegría, que ellos tienen para todas esas personas que están trabajando en las finanzas con la non-profit organization, y también algunas veces los presenta en español, y cree que la grabación está en el Washington Non-Profit Institute. .org, ahí lo pueden buscar, y también hay un chat que tienen, ¿verdad?, donde hacen network todos los que trabajan en finanzas, que se llama Slack, y ustedes pueden poner ahí su pregunta. Por ejemplo, cuando buscan un bookkeeper en español, ¿verdad? Entonces, pongan ahí todas sus preguntas y las invito a que participen Vámonos a otro corte comercial antes de decir adiós. Y gracias, Alex, por estar aquí, pero volvemos en un segundo.
Today I'm going to be talking about the coronavirus. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth without unwashed hands. Avoid close contact with others.
También siempre lavarte tus manos. Lavártelas todos los días. Si es posible, cada vez que toques una superficie sucia y otra cosa.
Somos pequeños trabajadores comunitarios de la salud.
You see, you can have also, Alex, the little community health workers.
Yes.
Yes, we have it. We have a lot of little artists. You know, we have a talking about self-management. We have a program, you know, that is supporting women and children in bonding through art, and they are doing great. For ending, we have a lot of few minutes. I wanted to asking Alex, what message you wanted to bring for us to disseminate. We are, you know, disseminating those beautiful resources that you have. We are going to be with you there in the conference. We can waiting to be there. What other information you like the community, especially the community that have non-profit organization and also organization that depend on financial support to running the organization? What message you wanted to share with us? ¿Qué mensaje quieres que nosotros te ayudemos a divulgarlo con la comunidad y con toda la gente linda que nos está escuchando?
First, what you do matters. It makes a difference. And you are the reason we exist. So thank you. Two, we are here to support you.
Mm-hmm.
We're here just to make sure that you have what you need to succeed. And if there's something that you need that you can't find, just contact us, contact me. If there's something we can do better, let us know. But we're here to make sure you have what you need to do the great work that you do. So thank you.
Oh, this is a very beautiful message. I love it. Entonces, el hermoso mensaje que deja Alex para todas las no profit y para ustedes que tienen algunos sponsors financieros es que ellos están aquí y existen por ustedes, porque ustedes hacen el trabajo y ellos quieren servirles a todos nosotros para que hagamos un trabajo mejor, que si tengamos preguntas, que contactemos a Alex y que visitemos su website y gracias por el trabajo que hacemos. Entonces, Alex, tenemos otra persona que nos manda saludos, es Elena González. Muy buenas tardes, Elenita, gracias por escucharnos. We have a lot of community health workers that join us y excelentes recursos por la información. María, gracias. María es financiera y ella, for sure, she is going to contact you. And you know, it's good that we bring you, Alex, because sometimes I always say that to you. We always forget how amazing work you're doing and provide all the things that we needed. And thank you for reminding also to me.
Good. And our website, not quite our website. Website is WashingtonNonprofits.org. Not one nonprofit. WashingtonNonprofits.org.
Okay. Entonces, the complete website is Washington Nonprofit. It's no WA.
Right. Yeah. And
sí, es like that.
I am Washington Nonprofits.
Okay. No, the previous website was this one, WashingtonNonprofit.org.
With an S at the end.
Yes. Profit.
Yay!
Yay! Thank you so much.
Perfect.
Exactly.
Yes.
Entonces no la pongan como con una, ¿verdad? Sino Washington Nonprofits con S.org. Gracias. Y gracias por estar con nosotros. Un beso y te esperamos que te nos una la próxima vez.
Thank you.
COVID-19 es un virus chiquito que quería destrozar el mundo. Se metió